20% of people are chronically late, and the other 80% are impacted. This morning on Coffee with Colleen, we're going to give you 7 tips to always be on time. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Colleen. My name is Colleen Hammond. I'm a former on-camera meteorologist for the Weather Channel, and I am now an executive image consultant, personal branding expert. Basically, I help women develop their own style so that everything in your closet makes you look and feel like $1,000,000. We also do mentoring and lifestyle here on Coffee with Colleen, and so this what we're going to talk about today is being on time. 7 tips to always be on time. And I know people who are chronically late, and do you have friends like that where you kind of always know that they're going to be late? And so you end up saying, okay, well, so-and-so is always an hour late. So instead of telling them that we're actually leaving at 4, let's tell them we're leaving at 3. And I know chronically late people, and they don't do it on purpose. They don't like being late. Very rarely do people like, yeah, I'm going to be late on purpose so I can make an entrance. There's other issues going on there. But experts say that being consistently late just sends a message to your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people you're trying to impress, maybe, that you're easily distracted, that you're disorganized. It could send the message that you're egotistical, whether you are or not, but that's the type of message it can send, because it's like, hey, everybody will wait for me if I'm on time or not, And it also sends the message that we're being inconsiderate. So my dad raised us, God rest his soul, to always be 15 minutes early. Now, that doesn't mean you show up and knock on someone's door 15 minutes early, but you plan to be 15 minutes early in case there's traffic, in case you have a flat tire, in case you hit every red light along the way. And if you do get there 15 minutes early, guess what? You can sit down the block, in the parking lot, wherever, and do some meditation, answer some emails, check your Facebook, do whatever other things need to be done, but show consideration for other people by always being there when you say you're going to be there. So to help you do that, today we're going to cover 7 tips to always be on time. And so if you are a chronically late person, the very first tip, as always when you're trying to fix something, is to admit that you're late. Because some people won't admit that they're late. They'll just say, well, circumstances, or I ran into traffic. Well, you know what? If you're occasionally late, and you can use those excuses, but when's the last time you were on time? Or if you're only on time half the time, or if you only show up when you're supposed to be there a quarter of the time, look at, and maybe ask family and friends, hey, am I late? Or am I on time? And they'll tell you if they love you. I mean, this is a close friend. Or ask people you don't like. They'll really tell you. So number 1 tip to always be on time is to admit you have a problem. Number 2, find out why you're late. Find out why you're chronically missing the time slot, because some people are adrenaline junkies. They get high on that racing around and running around and, oh my gosh, we're running late. So they get a rush from rushing around. And it might also be your temperament. And check out the 4 temperaments course. If you haven't taken that yet, I don't have the bit.ly link. I'll have to put the bit.ly link in the link, but find out your temperament, because it could be that that's just your temperament or your personality and how you are. Other times people use their time as a power play. Again, like we talked about earlier about being egotistical, that it could be, I am so important that other people will wait for me. So they will do it on purpose. Or do you have that feeling that you're going to be late because maybe, you're going to show somebody? Sometimes you find that your reason why is you're overbooked. You have too much on your calendar, so you can't get from one event to the next without being late because you had too much going on. Or maybe bad time management. There's also the course Putting Your Day on Autopilot, currently closed. It will be opening in the end of February of 2018, I believe, is what's on the calendar. So it could be bad time management. Put your day on autopilot. Learn to have all these things done for you by having it part of your routine. So number 2 is find out why. Number 3, you've heard of multitasking. There's really no such thing. It's like polytasking, right? Because some people don't just kind of do 2 or 3 things at the same time. They're trying to do 18 things at the same time. So now a lot of the new research, instead of calling it multitasking, is calling it polytasking. You're trying to do way too many things at the same time. So people who multitask or polytask are usually the ones that are late. Now, some people say, yeah, but I can multitask. We fool ourselves because your brain cannot think of 2 things at the exact same time. It's like saying, I am going to look at that wall over there at the same time that I'm looking at this light, or this wall over here. You can go back and forth between the 2 rapidly in a millisecond, but you can't focus on 2 things at the same time. Not purely focus. Now, I may be looking at you and I can kind of see that wall and that light in my peripheral vision, but I can't focus on both of them at the same time. It's the same thing with your brain. Your brain can't focus on 2 things at the same time. And matter of fact, some studies say it takes up to 20 minutes. Once you're focused on something and you're distracted, it takes up to 20 minutes for your brain to get to peak focus again on that same topic. So put down electrical devices and prioritize. Put that in your urgent and important quadrant, which we talk about in the autopilot course, that make being on time urgent and important. Put it in that quadrant. So stop multitasking, stop polytasking, and be better with your time management. Which brings us to number 4, preparation. Routines, rituals, habits. Prepare to do these things and put it on your list and make it a priority. Set a timer. Need to start preparing to get ready to go. We should be walking out the door. There's so many different apps, whether it be your Maps app on your phone or the Waze app, that if you put it in, for example, we'll just say the Waze app, if you put in the app, this is the address that I want to go to, and this is the time I want to be there, and then use that app that has an option to set a reminder, it will tell you when to leave. It'll say in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, and 15 minutes, you need to leave if you want to be on time. So use electronics if that's something that will help you to be on time. So prepare. Make sure that you're not running around like a chicken with your head cut off, as Grandma used to say, at the last minute looking for your keys. If you always have someplace that your keys are located, then you'll always know where they are. Put your keys, your wallet, your purse, whatever, in the same spot. Decide what you're going to wear the night before. And number 5, prepare for Murphy's Law. And, Murphy's Law is something's going to go wrong. It will. So if you prepare for the fact that you're going to run into traffic, that there might be an accident, that you will hit all the red lights along the way, if you prepare for that ahead of time, you'll know that you need to leave 15 minutes early and plan on being there 15 minutes early so that you can sit in the driveway or sit down the road and answer email. Number 6, this is not the time for magical thinking. Some people are very optimistic, and that's why they're late. Oh, I can do it. And they're overbooked. They lack time management. They're adrenaline junkies running around at the last minute, right? No problem. I can be there. Oh, wait a minute. That's an hour away. And I said I'm going to be there in 20 minutes. So be careful of this magical thinking and prepare that something's going to take you 20% longer to accomplish. So this also means deadlines, like a writer's deadline or a deadline for a project at work. What was it in Star Trek? Scotty always said, oh, Captain, I can't do it. It's going to take me 3 days, knowing it would take him 2. But he always worked in that extra day. So then he looked like the miracle worker because he got the engines fixed early, right? So it will take you longer than you think. And I'm guilty of this one on a lot of different things. Oh, I can handle that. I can if nothing goes wrong, right? So Researchers call it planning fallacy, and it shows that people tend to underestimate how long a task is going to take them, probably because we have that magical thinking, that optimistic thinking that we can get it done. If nothing goes wrong, I can get that done in 3 days, right? But if something happens, it's going to take me 5 days. So maybe I can get ready to leave in 30 minutes. Like this morning, because I haven't done this show in a while. This morning, I knew a normal time I can get ready for the show in 20 minutes. I planned a full hour. And it's a good thing I did, because I couldn't find my eyelashes. So go figure. Anyway, so if you think something's going to take you 30, give an extra 20% and plan, 20% by 6, but anyway, plan 40 minutes. And number 7, it's okay to be early. Usually that's the first thing that somebody says. Yeah, but if I plan to be there 15 minutes early, isn't that rude? Well, maybe if you went in, it doesn't mean you have to go in. You can sit in the parking lot, right? You can always call your mother or send your mom a text. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. Or your father, or do some self-care. Set your timer, do some meditation, sit in the car and meditate instead of playing video games on your phone. Right? Or instead of scrolling through Facebook. It could be time for you to just sit and breathe and relax. So those are 7 tips to help you be on time. Again, there's first of all, admit you have a problem. And number 2 would be find out why you're chronically late. Are you overbooked? Is it bad time management? Is it a power play? Or is it, what is it for you? Is it just part of your temperament? Number 3, stop polytasking. Stop thinking that you can get everything done all at once, and prioritize being on time as something that's urgent and important, because you don't want to offend other people. It's an act of charity, truly. Number 4, prepare. Have your routines, your rituals, your habits. Your phones are always in the same place, your keys, your wallet. Everything is going to be in the exact same place. Decide what you're going to do the night before. So prepare ahead of time. Murphy's Law. If there's going to be traffic, it's going to be the day you really need to be there on time. End of the magical thinking is number 6. Add an extra 20% to the time it's going to take you to get a project done, the time it's going to take you to get someplace, or, avoid that planning fallacy. And of course, number 7, it's okay to be early. So I hope those tips have helped you. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and then click the little bell, like, comment, share. Let me know what other things that you do to help you be on time. And thanks for being with us today. I hope to see you again next time on Coffee with Colleen.